Hey guys, it's Jordan here with JDog Obedience again, and I just wanted to welcome you back to lesson 4 of your great online puppy class. And today we're going to cover how to teach your dog to sit. So hopefully at this point, you and your dog have been working a lot together, your dog is really engaged on you, and it's looking forward to training and getting those rewards. So it'll make teaching these next behaviors that much easier. So without further ado, let's learn how to sit. So how we're going to teach our dogs to sit is by using the lure method. And what I mean by the lure method is we're going to take a treat in our hand and we're going to put it close to the dog's nose. Once the dog has locked in on that treat that we have, we're going to slowly lure the treat up and over the back of their head, creating the dog to shift like this. The goal is that you're going to lure it so far that the dog will have no option but for their butt to plant onto the ground. The second that your dog's butt plops down onto the ground, you're either going to click or give your mark word and then go ahead and reward them for that behavior. The action is going to be the sweeping motion up, and then our hand signal will end up being one of these type deals at the end. I'll kind of show you how it looks when we get out there. But if your dog is having trouble with the lure method, one thing that I ask is that you do not get in the habit of trying to force your dog's butt down onto the ground, okay? Because what we're actually doing when we do this is we're teaching the dog that they don't have to respond to our verbal cues or our hand cues, and that they only have to sit if they get that physical pressure. So unless you want to spend the rest of your life shoving your dog's butt onto the ground every time you want them to sit, I highly encourage you to not get into the habit of doing that now. So again, like I said, if you're going to lure them, you just put the treat close to their nose, you lure it back up and over, and the second that their butt hits the ground, you're going to mark that behavior. If for some reason you are having a lot of trouble getting your dog to do this, what I would prefer you do is to try to capture the behavior. Sitting is a very common thing that dogs do anyways, so it's a very easy behavior to capture. And by capture, what I mean is you're going to wait for them to do it naturally, you're going to mark it, and then you're going to reward them by saying, "Good sit," and give them that reward. And so what we're kind of doing is we're patterning the cue with the behavior that they're offering us naturally, and then that way we can just start tying them together like that. After we've gotten our dog to sit successfully, what we're going to do is we're going to start building some duration in the sit, which is going to lead beautifully into our stay. Because if our dog is already used to sitting down and staying seated until we release them, then when it comes to our stay, all we're going to have to do is add our body movements into it, okay? So how we're going to build our duration on our sit is we're going to do a delayed marking. So you're going to ask your dog to sit, and then you're going to start waiting to mark it and treat it, okay? Because what we're doing now is we're teaching them that the only way they're going to get rewarded is if they sit and they stay seated. So we're going to start by marking the sit, and then once we're comfortable with it, we're going to ask them to sit, and then we're going to wait. So maybe just a 1 second delay or a 2 second delay, 3 second delay, so on and so forth. And this is something that dogs pick up very quickly if you do it correctly. If you try to move too fast, they might fail. And remember, in the very beginning stages, we want to be treating often. So start slow, build fast, okay? So without further ado, let's go ahead out there. I'll show you guys what it looks like to not only lure the dog, but then I'll show you how to start building that duration. All right, here we go. So now that he's doing it pretty automatically, just with the lure, I'm going to go ahead and tie in my cue. Sit. Yes. Do it up. Sit. Yes. Good. Oh. Okay guys, so that wraps up our lesson for today. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them below, shoot me a DM, or email me at jdogobedience@gmail.com, and I will do anything and everything I can to help you. Otherwise, I hope you guys learned something new today, and I wish you all the best in your training, and I'll talk to you next time.